Welcome to Chaos to Clarity, where we discuss healing trauma with godly guidelines. I'm your host, John Fontenot. If there's any topic you'd like to discuss, please let me know in the Q&A section. Let's dive into today's topic, emotions. We're going to touch on a perspective of anticipation. We all know emotions are a mental reaction based on a strong feeling. Anticipation can often be exciting or an anxious feeling. I'm more anxious than I am excited. Anticipatory emotions include fear and anxiety. This is more likely to be felt when we don't know how an event will go. Some examples are a job interview, court dates, doctor's appointments, and things of that nature. We set ourselves up thinking how we expect the situation to go. Ultimately, we have no control over this. By doing this, we overthink and we become fearful and anxious about the outcome, which in turn causes us to worry, to think that bad things are happening or that we are going to be unsuccessful. Hello, all my fellow overthinkers. We draw this feeling from past experiences, which we've all had, good and bad ones, I'm sure, dealing with anticipation. But our minds automatically think the worst in any scenario. We think this way because we are not in control of the situation, and that scares us, or at least most of us. A personal experience of mine would be when I was, getting out of a toxic relationship, starting a new journey. I decided to basically start a business of cleaning, with myself. And I was very fearful of the outcome because I was leaving something that was familiar, that was not safe, but like things were taken care of. And when we step out in faith into things that are unknown, it is kind of nerve-wracking. It's kind of fearful. And I wasn't sure how things were going to play out. And I was kind of not self-confident enough about it. Like, I knew that the ability was there. I knew that the clientele was there. I was just kind of not giving myself the credit that I needed to in that moment, and I overthought it. And one of my friends was like, basically, she reminded me that, look at how much things have grown. Look at where you've landed over the last year, and you were very afraid to step out in faith and to trust God in this new journey. And when I tell you that, instead of being fearful and allowing God to take control over that situation, it has been magnificent. Like, I am to the point where I had to hire people to help me because I've become so busy. So, me having doubt in myself and doubt in the situation that, I was trying to be in control of, I ultimately gave it to God and said, okay, if this is what you want me to do, then you're going to be in full control over this. And the doors have been basically blown open in all directions. And so I'm very appreciative in that. And then I was reminded of a Bible verse in Matthew 6:34. It says, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." If we trust in our Heavenly Father to help us and to comfort us, we don't need to be anxious at all. See, God reminds us like 365 times in the Bible, how ironic is that, to not be fearful, to not worry about, tomorrow, the next step or whatever, just to trust in Him and to have faith. We are also reminded in Isaiah 41:10, do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be anxious, for I am your God. See, the more we try to control things, the more challenges we face. Letting go and letting God handle the heavy stuff is where we will find peace and happiness. When we let go, relax in faith, things are going to work out how they're supposed to, in God's way, not in our way. The key is to just let go and let God. More references can be found in Philippians 4:6-7, Luke 12:25, Psalm 46, 1-3, and 2 Timothy 1:7. Thank you so much for listening to Chaos to Clarity, helping one another declutter our minds together. If you're loving the podcast, I'd be so honored if you'd go ahead and hit that follow button and leave me a review. Until next time, friends.